Oh, okie dokie. So I decided I'm not gonna plug in the mic. That dog's just gonna bark. Okay. So let me just get into this right quick. So I watched Stotslime's video on Kyle Rittenhouse is not innocent. And of course I thought it was very cringe because the thing is that once he got into the part about Rosenbaum and the other guy who hit Kyle Rittenhouse with a skateboard, they didn't really mention, it's like, well, yeah, it was pretty stupid of those folks to, start, shooting, warning shots into the air. That probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. But then he's just like, he just kind of brushes that aside. To me, at the end of the day, look, was Kyle Rittenhouse stupid for going up there? Yeah. But, when you're filled with that kind of furor, now I'm trying to be careful when I say that because I know that sounds like another word, but yeah. When you're filled with that sort of fury and you're filled with that sort of anger, then motherfuckers is going to do some crazy shit, I think it's pretty disgusting how people are really, trying to destroy Kyle Rittenhouse's life. I think you can say I'm wrong for that. You can say I'm a bad boy for that. But I think that I think it's bullshit. I'll be honest with you. I do. And I know that the only argument that conservatives and maybe right-leaning folks will talk about is this, is the idea. It's like, oh, the one guy was in jail for being a pedophile, and the other guy, like to smack up his girlfriend and stuff like that, was accused of, and that's all they can say. Now, of course, you have to remember is that these folks are immune to that sort of talk. It's like, who cares when a person dies? Once they die, oh, who cares what they do? It's just bad. This is the same thing with that the Bernard fellow who was executed yesterday, and now they're going to execute somebody today. And I thought it was funny in that Thought Slime video where he's just like, oh, the anti-capital punishment Biden. I'm just like, that's hilarious. Joe Biden, shoot him in the legs. It's just so ridiculous. Once again, it goes to show how BreadTube is just fucking cringe. They'll give lip service to all these ideas, but it's still shit-lip nonsense, And the thing is, it kind of fits into the narrative to me. This is a roundabout way, and it may not even connect. But you know what? I don't care. This idea where people should do the bare minimum. It's like, we don't want people to do just the bare minimum. They need to be anti-racist. You can't just be against racism. You have to be anti-racist. It's the same thing where it's just like, you can't just talk about, fascism and how evil it is. You have to go out there and fight it. You have to be an anti-fascist. And the thing is, to me, is that a lot of ordinary people don't want to do that. Because guess what? Ordinary people want to have regular fucking jobs after they do this shit. That's one of the things that people get mad about. It's just like, people want regular jobs afterwards. They don't want to be caught up in this sorry, got too close to the dog. They want a Fed post about this type of shit where it's just like, yeah, go out there and, let's do crimes, bro. Be gay and do crimes. That was a good meme for quite a while, and people still use it to a point. But it's just another puzzle piece in this whole trying to figure out what is the norm or what is accepted versus what is not in 2020. That's why I will always say, at least for now, that I'm never going to join a right-leaning group or a left-leaning group, because guess what? I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't want to be a fucking chump or a fucking representative of another group. All right? I'll tell you that right now. You can call me an idiot. You can call me a lot of different things. And I'll say, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I don't ever want to be called a chump or a puppet to somebody else. You can call me an idiot for plenty of things. For example, just out of the sense, you know what? Now, yeah, I'm not going to go there. You know what? I'll keep that to myself. I was just going to I was going to dox myself. But you know what? I don't even care. But when you hear these motherfuckers who talk about, well, we got to do things, it's like, well, we have to move people past the bare minimum. It's just like, I'm meeting the bare minimum of, these people being executed because the Trump administration. It's the SCOTUS. Even people were saying this is like, well, that's the Supreme Court that's doing that. That's Amy Coney Barrett and all that business. The thing is, it just makes me upset when I see these folks and see the hypocrisy of it. That people gave so much of a shit about this one guy getting executed. Are they going to say something about the next guy that's going to be executed today? Probably fucking not. And they'll say, oh, the system's broken. The system's broken. The thing is that this connects back into the law. And the thing is, look, you have to have some sort of basis. That's the whole idea of law in general, is that you have to have a foundation, just like anything else. You can't just pull shit out of your ass and say, well, we're going to do things this way. No, no, no. That's why it goes back to some sort of foundational law. That's why people study about English law or English common law. And maybe they, or even going back to European law. That's the idea behind it. Same thing with Chinese law. Chinese law goes back to, the Qing dynasty. And there are many, or a lot of the Qing dynasty stuff they got from the Tang dynasty. They simply crossed out Tang and put Qing on top. So they have that foundation. So it doesn't make sense to me where it's just like, oh, well, these white supremacist laws. The thing is that unless you're prepared to get rid of the foundational law that created this country, which you're not going to, I can guarantee that, because guess what? Once you do that, then people are going to do whatever the fuck they feel like. But once you get rid of that foundational law and say, well, this doesn't go anymore, then you're going to create people who create their own law. And that's not very pretty. I'll just put it that way. Like I say, maybe I need to read some Carl Schmitt more, but it's just like, I find it hugely disingenuous when I see these folks talk about what needs to happen and everything else. It's just, these are the types of people you deal with, though. And like I said, that was just a very schizo rant. Hopefully I made some points. I'm sure that someone's going to be like, bro, that doesn't make any sense. And you know what? I'm with you. It doesn't make any sense. But I get tired of the hypocrisy of it. I'm tired of the double standards. I get tired of folks who are just like, who get so upset about this one guy, at least what I'm seeing on Twitter. I don't know. Twitter is not real life, as opposed to what some people may think. I do realize that. But unfortunately, that is my window to the world, unfortunately. But when you see these folks and they want to go on and on about, this one person getting executed, and they will say nothing about the others, then I find it hypocritical. And they'll just say, oh, well, if they had only done this, and, just screw these folks. That's all I can say. I'm not going to say I'm not a hypocrite, because absolutely I'm a hypocrite. But it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, you claim to be against anti-authority, you claim to be against authority, this and that, but it's like they still appeal to authority in some way. They're waiting for that other guy. Bernie Sanders is going to come save us. AOC is going to save us. And they still point at these folks. They do. Or they're going to talk about, I don't know, Mike Gravel or something like that. So it's like they're still appealing to authority. They're still appealing to these folks who maybe, don't see things completely eye to eye with them, but enough so that they think that they can, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Maybe this is just more of me being nihilistic and being doomer, but it's like, it's just disgusting, But anyway, I think I'll keep it there. I got some other stuff to do today. Apologies to make it 9.5 minutes long, because I know you're like, I'm not going to sit through all this bullshit. And you know what? I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not wanting to listen to this. So you know what? I'm going to keep it there. I'm just going to upload this. So with that, I say, as I always try to do, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day, wherever you are in the world. good day, or good night, and goodbye. I'm still trying to work on that. I used to have a, try to have some sort of tagline. I'm trying to brand myself a little bit better, but maybe it's just not working out too well. Anyway, goodbye.